So you're thinking of moving to Phoenix, Arizona, or maybe one of the surrounding areas, but you're not quite sure what that right fit for you is going to be. Well, in this video, I want to take you through all of Phoenix. We're doing a full vlog tour, checking out every single area, suburb, city, and everything in between for Phoenix and all the cities around it. That way you can get a good idea of what's out there, what these different areas have to offer, and what the perfect place for you is going to be. We have a ton to cover and a lot to check out, so let's do this. This is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Phoenix, Arizona and all the surrounding areas, go ahead and subscribe and click that bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the market here in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm Samantha with the Living in Arizona team. I get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking to make their move to Phoenix, Arizona and all the surrounding areas. So whether you're making a move in 9 days or 9 months, just shoot me a text, give me a call, or send me an email. I'd love to help you make a smooth move here to Phoenix. So like I said, we're going to be going through and doing a full vlog tour looking at all the different areas. Phoenix is massive. This whole metro area goes on forever and there's so many different areas and they've all got something new and different to offer. So I want to make sure you get a good feel for all these different areas and what they have to offer and maybe what is going to be the best fit for you. I've lived here my whole life in Phoenix. I absolutely love this city. I'm a little biased, but I think Phoenix, Arizona is the best place to live. So I'm so excited to take you through, show you all these different areas so you can get a good feel for what Phoenix and all these different areas and cities have to offer. Okay, so we've got to start the tour out here in downtown Phoenix. This is the heart of it all in the Phoenix area. It very much has that like industrial downtown bustling vibe. It is a lot of fun and there's so much going on. They have everything that the typical downtown has to offer. They have the shops, restaurants, bars, corporate high-rises, financial districts, the art district, tons of condos and loft living, everything that you could want all in one place. The nice thing about Phoenix, well, at least the downtown part of Phoenix, is it's actually all pretty close together. It's pretty walkable as long as you're in the downtown area, which is good because parking is kind of tricky. There's not a ton of parking, and if you do find any, most likely you're going to have to pay for it, or you can only park there for a couple of hours. But the walkability is great. They've got the light rail running through downtown Phoenix, lots of public buses, and also it's just pretty close proximity. So if you need, can't talk today. So if you need to walk in downtown Phoenix, you absolutely can. They've got shops, restaurants, bars, nightlife, tons of it independently owned and operated, which is a really cool part of Arizona. You see that throughout the whole state. There's a lot of independently owned places. You have the corporate high rises, tons of people, live outside of the city and come downtown to work. And of course, you've got the art district. You have Roosevelt Row, which is this incredible district of all these talented artists, murals on every single wall, and every single first Friday of the month is in downtown Phoenix, a big art festival. They've got people who come out and do art exhibits, live musicians, food trucks, the works, and it's so much fun. So you definitely have to check that out every first Friday of the month. There are high rises and condos and lofts if you want that kind of downtown urban living, but they are going to start in the 500,000s and going into multiples of millions. There are some really high-end luxury lofts and condos in that area if you want that. So there's plenty of that really modern urban downtown kind of loft and condo vibe going on. But if you're wanting a single family home, check out the Willow district. It's this really cool historic district in the downtown area. Well, I mean, historic for Phoenix. It's not that old of a city, and Arizona isn't that old of a state, but for us, historic means 1920s to 1950s. So kind of in that time, there's all these really cool older homes with all this character and stuff, and people have come in, kind of breathed new life into them and updated them and brought them into the 21st century while still keeping that character. So if a single family home is what you're looking for, you've got to check out these incredible cool homes in the Willow district with tons of character. The Phoenix area is really unique in that it has kind of everything for everyone. There's incredible shops, bars, so much to do. There's great nightlife, but there's also a ton of family fun. They've got the Science Center, the Art Museum, they have a children's museum with so much fun for the kids and stuff to do. So kind of whatever you're looking for, downtown has so many different things to offer. So just southeast of downtown Phoenix is another huge hub of the Phoenix area, and that is Tempe. And obviously one of the big things that comes to mind for most people is ASU. Yeah, Arizona State University is a huge part of Tempe, but it's not just a college town. It actually has a lot more to offer than just that. It's actually one of the biggest employment corridors now, and it has a ton to offer. Fortune 500 companies are headquartered here now, and tons more are moving here every day. One of the best parts of Tempe, other than the sports and obviously amazing nightlife and stuff like that, because it is a bit of a college town, there are parts of it that are full on ASU pride, which is awesome. But another part is the walkability. There's the light rail, there's buses, there's public transportation. The walkability here in Tempe is way better than other parts of Phoenix. Most of Phoenix is spread out and you need a car, but here in Tempe you can actually walk to anywhere that you need to go, or you can bike. They've got tons of those electric scooters. Kind of everything you need is right here, and of course you've got the light rail and everything else like that. Everything is really close together in Tempe, which is nice. You are all right, airplane, you're close to the airport a little bit, so you're gonna hear airplanes sometimes. So you've got sports, obviously, the ASU Stadium, lots of corporate offices. You've got the food and entertainment right up and down Mill Avenue. I'm just off Mill right now. That is the main street here in Tempe. They have the best bars, lots of clubs, obviously, if nightlife is important to you, and tons of locally owned restaurants. It's so much fun, and there's so much to do here, which is really fun. So you got to check out Mill. The best weekend brunch place, Foch, is right here on Mill, so you got to check it out. Lots of families are here too. It's not just young singles. Yes, there's tons of companies, Fortune 500 companies moving here, which is making it a huge employment corridor, but that's not the only thing it has to offer. There are tons of opportunities for young singles and young families here as well, and there are a lot of single family homes, but they're pretty few and far between just because they are in such high demand, and there's not a lot of homes here. There's tons of apartments and condos and stuff like that all around ASU and different parts of that, but when it comes to the single family homes, there's not a lot available, and so the ones that do come up for sale go really quick. So if this is a part of town that you're looking to live in as it's growing for families, young corporate singles and stuff like that, making sure that you have an agent who has the connections with the builders, the listing agents, the different developers here is really important, because those homes don't come up too often here in the Tempe area. If you are looking for a single family home in the Tempe area, they're going to start in the higher 400s for their kind of basic 3-bed, 2-bath home. There is a ton of condos, lofts, stuff like that, so if that's kind of more the speed that you're looking for, that's going to be great as well. Like I said, the walkability, there's so much to do. There's hiking, there's biking, you've got Tempe Town Lake just right here, you've got A Mountain over there, so there is so much that you've got to check out over in the Tempe area. So like Tempe, if you're looking for a place with incredible nightlife and a lot of fun things to do, Oldtown Scottsdale is going to be the place for you. This is really similar to Tempe in that it's got so much to do and it's really walkable. Scottsdale in general is huge, and there's 3 main parts of it. This part is Oldtown Scottsdale. Some people also call it South Scottsdale, and it is kind of one of the hubs of Scottsdale. There is shopping, bars, like I said, incredible nightlife, and so much to do. It's also incredibly walkable because it's all close together. So a lot of people live, work, and play all right here in Scottsdale. You can get off of work, walk outside your office, go over to the bar and get drinks with everyone afterwards. It's so much fun, and it's just all right here. And so Oldtown Scottsdale is kind of this mix of like older, kind of like cowboy looking buildings with like super modern luxury buildings. So it's this really fun blend. You've got the most incredible shopping here, second only to Rodeo Drive, at the Scottsdale Fashion Square over here, with all the high-end luxury brands, really cool shops, restaurants, all independently owned, a couple chains and stuff like that as well, and then nightlife that is going to go way past 10:30 or 11 all the way into the wee hours of the morning. So lots of fun places to dance, clubs, all that stuff is here as well. So it's really kind of a hub for young professionals, young singles. A lot of them live here. There's a lot of apartments, condos, townhomes, high rises, kind of like base models, but also up to high end and luxury as well. But there's a lot of single families and young families here as well. And so if you're looking for the single family home in this area, they're going to start in the high 400s to low 500s. If you're looking for that kind of loft luxury condo and apartment, they are going to be way higher. So townhomes and luxury condos typically start in the 600s, and that's base. A lot of them get closer to the 900 and even million marks, but it is gorgeous. There's so much to do in Oldtown Scottsdale. Personally, it's my favorite part of like all the greater Phoenix area. So it's not a competition, but if it was, Oldtown Scottsdale would win in my book. For me personally, this is my favorite part of town. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that I can just walk my dog in the morning and like stop by my favorite coffee shop and grab a cup of coffee and some pastries. I love that I can just head over to this cute little wine bar and do some work or meet up with friends. I love that you don't have to drive 10 minutes to get everywhere. It is super walkable, it's super close, it's really fun. It has that like incredible like, you know, luxury high-end lifestyle that you get that comes with Scottsdale, but also just really fun and approachable, whether it's young singles, young professionals, families, kind of anyone and everything. Oldtown Scottsdale is really diverse with the types of people here just because it appeals to so many different people because of everything that it has to offer. So in my book, it's definitely number one. Okay, so just 10 minutes north of the Oldtown Scottsdale area, we are now in central Scottsdale. Scottsdale is big. There's a lot to it. It goes on for a while. And so a lot of people think kind of this area is North Scottsdale, but it's actually not. It's central. So in the central Scottsdale, McCormick Ranch area, you've got incredible, enormous luxury homes here. Giant estates. A lot of people have tennis courts and basketball courts and giant lap pools and stuff like that, just because you've got a lot of space in the homes here. You are going to pay a lot more to be in these kind of more luxury homes in this area. It's going to start in the 1.2 to 2 millions just to start, and it goes up a lot from there. So you've got homes all over on the golf courses. There's a golf course everywhere you turn in this area. There is tons of golf courses, as well as the lakes as well. So if you want to live on the lake, that waterfront living is really appealing to you. There's a lot of opportunity for that here in the central Scottsdale area. You've got the single family homes, but you also have a ton of townhomes and condos. This part of Scottsdale is really popular for people having a second home or a vacation home, and a lot of people come to enjoy the winters here because our winters, there's like no snow, it's sunny, it's gorgeous, it's awesome. And so people come from colder parts of the country or even out of the country to do winters here. So a lot of people will have kind of a vacation home or a little townhome or condo that they come and stay in here for the winters. You've got tons of shopping and restaurants. It's not as busy and there's not as much going on, especially at night, like there is in the Oldtown Scottsdale area. So here you still have tons of shopping, tons of restaurants, lots to do. There's a lot of outside activities. So hiking and biking, lots of parks in the area. They've got the McCormick Ranch Railroad Park just up the road. That's my nephew's favorite. You can ride the train and check out all these cool like little model trains. They've got playgrounds and stuff. So there is still a lot to do here, but it's going to feel a little more relaxed, a little more laid back. And you kind of get to enjoy the peace and quiet that comes with that luxury lifestyle here in the central Scottsdale McCormick Ranch area. Okay, we finally made it to North Scottsdale. Like I said, Scottsdale is huge. It's 40 miles. There's a lot of Scottsdale. So North Scottsdale, this is kind of the areas where you're gonna have Greyhawk, Troon, DC Ranch. It's like the really high-end luxury gated communities. It's back set into the mountains. It's beautiful. It's kind of where you feel like you're a little bit out of town. The roads wind around a little bit. They've kind of created their own like city and community within a city, if that makes sense. You are pretty far outside of kind of the main metro Phoenix area. You're up in the mountains. It's quiet. There's less traffic. Like I said, you've got those winding roads in and out. You've got these enormous custom estates, huge lots, gorgeous, just enormous homes out here. But you also do have luxury townhomes and condos as well. But you've got the space out here, and people have really taken advantage of that and built these beautiful custom homes. It feels like it's, like I said, outside of the main Phoenix metro area, and it's its own little city. They've got incredible mountain views, luxury gated communities, amazing golfing, and we're just right here at Market Street, which is kind of one of the main hubs for all the shops, restaurants, everything that you need. So even though you are outside that Phoenix area, you're gonna have everything you need for your daily life, whether it's gas, groceries, you know, a meal, something fun to do, movies to come see. You've got that all right here at Market Street. So if you head just east on the 101 from North Scottsdale, now we are in Desert Ridge. Desert Ridge is kind of like the northmost part of the Phoenix area. It is absolutely exploding with growth here. There are so many massive companies that have come in, building large warehouses, call centers, companies, everything like that going on here. So Desert Ridge has really started to explode in the last 10 years. It's very family oriented, really residential. They've got tons of like parks and everything. There's all these fun family events. They have like nights at the park, movies, live music. You have the Desert Ridge Marketplace and kind of the district, which is like that kind of fun main hub of all the shopping, restaurants, every kind of store you could imagine. They've got live concerts and events going on there all the time. Really yummy restaurants over there. Live music. They've got events that they do every holiday. They do farmers markets, all that fun stuff. And right next to Desert Ridge, you've got High Street, which is kind of another area that started to grow and pop up in the last couple of years. And High Street has got, again, a lot more different restaurants, some bars and clubs, great places for brunch on the weekends. They've got stand-up comedy there at the House of Comedy, and we've also got some high-end living. Desert Ridge is kind of a mix of, they started out mostly residential kind of family homes, and so anyway, like they're going to be bigger. So 4 or 5 bedroom home here, probably going to start in the 600,000-700,000 range here, but they're going to be really big homes, 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. Schools are A-rated, great community feel. The homes are a little bit newer and they're very highly sought after. You're nice and you're close to the highway, so you can kind of get anywhere you want to go from Desert Ridge. Even though you are kind of more north, you can easily get to different parts of town in 20 or 30 minutes because you're so close to the highways. So in addition to all the residential and kind of single family living, something that has started to pop up a lot more here in Desert Ridge is that higher end living. So lots of condos, lots of high-end apartments and stuff like that. So whatever it is that you're looking for, whether it's kind of the more residential, laid-back feeling, or that kind of fun, high-end luxury condo with great stuff to do nights and weekends, Desert Ridge has it all. So as we're coming west from Desert Ridge, now we are in the Glendale area. Glendale is great because you can really stretch your dollar here, kind of more as you get to the west side of town. So standard kind of like 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 200 square foot home is going to be mid 4 to maybe the 500s here. The homes are sometimes a little bit older. They're from the kind of 1990s to mid 2000s. And so even though the homes are not exactly like brand new, your dollar is going to go a lot farther here, kind of more in the West Valley area. Just as a heads up, schools here are mostly B-rated. There are a couple of A-rated schools here and there, but most of them are B-rated, just to kind of keep in mind if that's something that's important for you. But you are going to get more space and bigger home for your money here in the Glendale area. It was kind of a bit of an older city, but then they built the Cardinals Stadium. It's now called the State Fair Stadium, and that has brought tons of new growth happening ever since that got built. So there's a lot of more new shops, restaurants, kind of this revitalization of the Glendale area. So State Farm is actually, the State Farm Stadium is here, and State Farm is actually headquartered here in Arizona, in Tempe, which is kind of cool. But here over in Glendale, there's lots of outdoor areas. You have the Peoria Sports Complex. I know it's the Peoria Sports Complex, but it's in Glendale. I know, weird, doesn't make sense, but I wasn't the one who planned it. But there's a huge outdoor area. There's lots of parks, things to do here. There's spring training, water parks, shops and restaurants, just lots to do, and kind of that really residential family community feel out here in Glendale. So it's really fun. Your money's gonna go a lot farther, and when it comes to kind of those outdoor family community activities, it has tons to offer. Okay, so right next to Glendale, we have Peoria, and this part of town is close to Lake Pleasant, which is one of the main focuses here in the area. Lake Pleasant is this huge lake, really fun, especially spring break and summer. You're gonna see it's totally packed with people out there enjoying lake life and stuff like that. They've got the boats, jet skis, all of that fun stuff going on. So if that is something that you're interested in, Peoria might be a great spot for you. The homes here are really beautiful. It's gonna be a little bit more expensive than Glendale, and the homes are going to be a little bit bigger. They've got huge driveways, garages, RV gates and stuff like that. That way you have kind of all the room to store the toys. You'll see a lot of people in this part of Peoria have RVs, boats, ATVs, jet skis, like all those fun toys and stuff like that. And the homes here usually have the space for them. Big garages, RV gates, driveways and stuff where you can store it, which is great. Sometimes the HOA doesn't always allow you to store those kind of bigger toys and stuff like that, but Lake Pleasant is really close and they have tons of storage. They've got the docks, or even if you want to have those rooms to store other things like ATVs, jet skis, all that other stuff, you can just store it, and it's just 10 or 15 minutes from where we are right now. You can just drive up and start enjoying that lake. Okay, so now we've headed over, we're in the Biltmore area, and Biltmore is a very distinct area. Like, one side of the street is Biltmore, the other side is not, and people are really particular about whether it's Biltmore or it's not, so just be aware of that. As you can kind of see, Phoenix is laid out on a grid system, north, south, east, west, each a mile apart, which makes it pretty easy to navigate the area. So as we're kind of heading this way and heading more east, we're now into the Biltmore area. This is kind of the financial district within Phoenix. You have investment companies, banks, lenders, lots of different kind of those financial type business, I don't know, that's all I can think of, but you know, financy businesses all have a presence here. There's also the Biltmore Fashion Square and Biltmore Shopping, which is like very high-end luxury shopping and dining. You've got lots of restaurants. You have like the fanciest gym. I think it's a Lifetime Fitness, but it's like the fanciest gym I've ever seen in my life. And there's this like rooftop patio, and they have saunas and personal massage people and like all that stuff. Super fancy, very luxe. There also is a lot of luxury condos and townhomes here as well. Not too many single family homes. There are some, and they are very, very expensive. The Biltmore estates are very beautiful, and they are like these massive acre estates. They're absolutely gorgeous. But if you want kind of living down here and you want that kind of high-end condo and luxury apartments in this area, there's lots over here. There are some homes tucked away into the hills as well, and they have incredible golf courses. There's the whole Biltmore golf course and country club and everything over here as well, and you've got the most amazing views of Camelback Mountain right as you're driving down the Camelback Road right here. So as you're driving up Camelback, kind of that main road, you have Camelback Mountain, which is the kind of central focus. So north of that is Paradise Valley, south of that is Arcadia, and Arcadia, oh my gosh, it is one of the most highly sought after areas in the valley. It's not as expensive as Paradise Valley, but it is up there. Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, and Arcadia are the three most expensive areas in all of the greater Phoenix area. So if you're looking for a home in Arcadia, be ready. Homes here start in the millions, but they are absolutely gorgeous. Arcadia, it's not actually a specific city, it's just kind of a suburb, a part of town. It doesn't, there's not going to be like Arcadia, Arizona. It's not just one specific zip code, but it is a subdivision and a part of town here in Phoenix. Like I said, it's not as expensive as Paradise Valley, but a lot of people from California really enjoy this Arcadia area because it kind of, I think, has a similar look and feel to a lot of those California areas. People have come in and whether it's different developers or private owners have come in and are kind of building their dream homes here all over the valley in Arcadia, and they are gorgeous. There are these huge homes on these like quarter-acre lots, lots of space. The school system is incredible here. It's a big draw for families just because you know, the homes are really big, the schools are incredible, but it's really got a kind of a neighborhood feel. And sorry if you hear the paper rustling, that's me looking at my notes because I tried memorizing all of this, but I got too nervous on camera, so reading off of my notes here. But it's just 10 minutes outside of Oldtown, Scottsdale, so you do still have that kind of family feel. During the holidays, they shut down some of the roads and they do all these holidays events and farmers markets, and there's all these fun little breweries and restaurants and cute little shops locally to go check out. My sister and brother-in-law live in the Arcadia area. They have their 3 little boys and they love it. They never want to leave. It is such a fun, family-friendly part of town, and these gorgeous $1 million homes are so fun to look at. Okay, so we are cruising the streets of downtown Chandler, and downtown Chandler is really fun. Like, Chandler is a part of town that actually has like a really cool actual historic downtown area, which is really cool. Well, historic for Arizona. Arizona is not that old of a state, and most of our cities aren't incredibly old either, but Chandler was actually founded in 1912. So one of the older cities here, and part of historic downtown Chandler, it's really cool. You'll see a lot of the buildings, they're small and older. You know, they've been, you know, updated on the inside and stuff like that, but you'll notice they're not as new and modern looking as a lot of the buildings in other parts of town. And that's actually because with downtown Chandler, they decided that they want to keep the kind of historic part of it and the history that they have all within the downtown area. And so they said that they can't change, they can't, you know, tear down or change the kind of buildings and structures and stuff in downtown. So they've updated them a little bit. All of these cool restaurants, businesses, everything like that have worked with the original buildings and foundations and structures in the downtown area. So it's really cool. You see like all these kind of modern, cool, updated different shops and restaurants and stuff, but in these buildings with all this history and character and stuff like that. So it just makes downtown Chandler a really fun place to hang out and explore. So we got to see a lot of the cool kind of downtown part of it with lots of locally owned shops and stuff like that. Arizona is very entrepreneurial, like so many shops, restaurants, bars, all of that here is owned and operated independently, which is really cool. But now we're in the neighborhoods. Chandler's neighborhoods are really unique in that there's a lot of gated communities, a lot of high-end kind of homes and stuff like that. It feels very much like some of those fancier parts of like Scottsdale and kind of McCormick Ranch area that we were looking at earlier, but at a fraction of the price. Out here in Chandler, it's going to be a lot cheaper than Scottsdale, even though it kind of has that more fancy Scottsdale feel to it. It's going to look very similar, feel very similar, but not cost you as much, which is really cool. So if you enjoy, if you want like a bigger home, a bigger yard, multiple car garage, lots of grass, even living on some of the man-made lakes and stuff like that here is definitely an option here in the Chandler area. And the homes are absolutely stunning. They are gorgeous. So Chandler definitely has kind of the tech hub and everything going on, but it also is really residential, very family friendly, some of the best schools in town. Standard 3-bed, 2-bath home in Chandler is probably going to start anywhere between, well, will start anywhere between the mid 400s to 500s, and it can easily go up from there, especially when you get to the more high-end kind of gated communities. You're going to at least start in the 700s and easily get into the millions if you're going to go for those more higher end kind of gated communities. Again, it has that feel of the high-end Scottsdale living, but at a fraction of the price. Okay, so now we are headed into Chandler. We're actually in the Price Quarter, which is just off the highway on Price Road, and some people are now referring to it as the Silicon Desert. It's because there are so many software and technology jobs coming to Arizona, specifically here in Chandler. It is crazy. There's over 100,000 jobs in technology just here in Chandler, and so we're seeing a huge amount of people move here, not just from different parts of the city, the state, or even the US, but people are moving here like internationally from all different parts of the world because this is becoming such a hub for technology. So right here in Price Corridor, you've got all of these massive technology companies that are coming in and hiring tons of people, and because of that, Chandler has just continued to really boom and explode. And as we kind of drive through all the different neighborhoods and area of Chandler, while there are a ton of offices, there's a huge kind of corporate sector to it. The neighborhoods are also really incredible as well, and it does have a really fun kind of downtown and homey feel in different parts of the city as well. So as we're driving through, I'm just going to show you different shots of what this kind of Price Quarter looks like, so you can get a feel for all of these really cool different technology and software buildings all throughout the city. So while Chandler is great, right next door is Gilbert. And Gilbert actually started out because Chandler outgrew itself. Chandler was there first, and they were growing and building and ran out of room, so they started building in Gilbert. They knew they were going to need a lot more homes for a lot more people that were moving in, and so that's why you ended up with Gilbert. We're the heart of Gilbert right now, right in the middle of downtown Gilbert. It has everything you could want. It's got the shops, the bars, the restaurants, the nightlife, but it does close a little bit early. It's not going to be open super late like downtown or Oldtown Scottsdale. It's going to get quiet around 10:30 or 11, so everyone can get home and put the kiddos to bed. But it's actually one of the most highly sought after neighborhoods in the entire state. Gilbert was also voted one of the safest neighborhoods in the state. It's got the best school districts in Arizona. It is really highly sought after for families, for young singles, for young professionals. Half the people I helped move to Arizona last year wanted Gilbert. That's how in high demand it is. So it is an incredible place to live. It's a lot of fun. The homes are absolutely gorgeous, but because of the high demand, your money's not going to go as far in Gilbert as it can in some other parts of the city. The homes are absolutely massive. You can get 4 or 5 bedrooms, easily bigger sometimes, and the homes are going to be newer, but you're going to pay a premium from that just because it is in such high demand, and there's not really enough homes to go around, especially here. But if you're looking for an amazing place to raise a family, lots of family fun events. They've got a roller derby going on right next to me over here with families and stuff like that. So if you're looking for an awesome place, just that's really family oriented, really safe, a lot of fun to live in, and has everything that you could ever want when it comes to amenities and everything like that, Gilbert is a great option. All the restaurants, bars, for the most part, are locally owned and operated, which is really cool. And here in Gilbert, they're a little bit more spread out. Everyone's got a patio, so just to enjoy that beautiful weather, the amazing sunshine that you have, except in the summer, too brutal, you gotta stay inside. But for the most part, you get to really enjoy the weather out here. Just up the road, you've got the best barbecue, Joe's Famous Barbecue, best barbecue in town. And my personal favorite coffee shop over here in the Gilbert area is Bergie's, which is just right up the road. So if Gilbert sounds like something you might be interested in, it's a great option. But like I said, the homes are going to be a little more pricey. Even though they are bigger, you're going to get those big beautiful yards, lots of grass and stuff like that, but it's going to start in the 400s, and it's easily going to get to the 6, 7, 800s, even into the millions. So you're going to pay more for the homes here in Gilbert, but it can be worth it. We are driving over. We are headed into Mesa now. Mesa is huge. It is really spread out, and there's a lot of different areas to see in Mesa. So actually, kind of their big claim to fame, one of the biggest things going into Mesa right now is Eastmark. It is this giant community that is being built. It's actually the #1 kind of planned community in the nation right now. It is a 20-year project. They've been building for about 6 or 7 years now, so not quite halfway into this giant 20-year project that they have planned, but there is this enormous community going in. Homes, parks, recreational centers, all these pools, shops, dining, literally all of it, and it's all being planned right here in Mesa. And so I'm just going to be showing you, I've walked through and driven through the whole community. I want to show you guys everything that it has to offer because it is so incredible. They have this giant park area where there's this huge community pool and visitor center. There's this giant like orange climbing thing called the Orange Monster for a jungle gym for the kids and stuff like that. It's so cool. It's unlike any community that I've ever seen. And they have this 250-acre sports complex going in. It's going to have tennis courts, basketball fields. Wait, basketball courts? Not fields. Basketball courts. I'm not a sports person, as you can tell. Soccer fields. What else? Like badminton, gymnasium, restaurants, cafes, like all of it is going to go in there, which is really cool. It's super incredible. There's so much included within this HOA. You have access to all the amenities, the pool, the community center, all the different parks, these sports complexes. They have food trucks here regularly. They have all these community events. And so with that HOA fee that you have every month, there really is so much that's included with this community. And the homes are gorgeous. They're new, they're big, you've got giant backyards, and you just have kind of all this area to walk around, to play, and to enjoy right here in Eastmark. So up near the front, that area, there's also, in addition to all the parks and the pools and everything like that, you've also got this community garden, and every day in the afternoons you can actually go and pick fresh veggies and stuff from the community garden, which is so cool. Like I said, they've got the pool, they've got the center, the splash pad. There's so much to do and see all just within this little community. It's kind of like they're making their own little ecosystem right here, but it's definitely one of the hottest places to be in Mesa right now. Okay, if you actually made it to the end of this video, congrats. We covered so much. There was a ton to see. I know there is just so much that Phoenix and all these different areas have to offer, and we just kind of scratched the surface of all these different areas. So if you want to know more about any of these different cities, suburbs, areas, and all of that surrounding Phoenix and in the Phoenix area, check out some of the other videos. I've done map tours, I've done vlog tours. I'm going to be coming out with more every single week. So if there's different areas that you want to know more about or dive into, go check out some of those videos. Or if there's one that I haven't covered yet, let me know in the comments. Let me know what areas that you'd like to see more about, and I'd love to share it with you. And until next time, I'll see you soon.